Well, hello, hello, hello. Today is a big day. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you how to get five-figure, six-figure, and even seven-figure deals delivered to your inbox every single week. Now, if you're interested in that, you're going to want to listen in. I'm going to also show you who in the government is buying your services. And I'm also going to show you how you can know whether or not your business is ready to win government contracts right now. Now, really quick, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Let's see if we can fix that. Let's see here. And we try to re-add it and save. I think that worked. Okay, great. Awesome, awesome. So if you're just chiming in, today is GovCon deal alerts. We're so excited. Okay, so in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you how to get five-figure, six-figure, and even seven-figure deals delivered to your inbox every single week. And I'm going to also show you who in the government is buying what you sell, buying your services. If you're in construction, if you're in consulting, if you're in IT, if you're in software, if you're professional services, right? These are services that the government is buying. And I want to show you how you can get notifications delivered to your inbox. You're just a click away from another six-figure high ticket, seven-figure high ticket, or eight-figure high ticket contract. All right, so it's really, really fun. I'm also going to show you how you can know whether or not your business is ready to win contracts right now. Now, wouldn't it be nice for someone to share with you whether or not government contracts are going to be winnable right now? So, my name is Melinda Colon. I am a government contracting consultant and business strategist, and I've helped my clients achieve over $4.4 billion in my agency alone with a win rate of 74%. The win rate is really important because the industry average for small businesses getting into this space is actually really low. It's really low. It's 22%. It's actually 22%. So every 10 proposals that people submit without a strategy, they're winning two. With my strategy, my GovCon sales strategy, they're winning 10, right? They're winning 8 out of 10, excuse me, 8 out of 10. Still having some issues here. Let's see if we can resolve it, fix it here. Bear with me. You know what I'll do? If you are watching the replay, we'll just go ahead and drop it in the group. If you are looking for the replay, it's in our Facebook group, so you can go and get access to that as well. Okay, so the number one mistake I see people make, this is the number one mistake that I see people make every single time. It is so interesting what happens when we think about government contracts, right? Like we're like, oh, government has to be big. It has to be audacious. It has to be hard. It has to be difficult, right? But if we just strip away the word government and just focus on contracts, well, I'm sure that you've sent out a contract or an agreement to your client before, right? For something that you have delivered. You had a meeting, they said we would like to work with you. Maybe you sent out a proposal with your fee, with your the scope of work to get them to agree to it, and then you signed a contract. They signed a contract and then they paid you. Does that sound right? Has that happened? More than likely it has. And because it has, this is what we're talking about. This is the same thing you're doing right now in your business. And then we're just using your past performance, your experience to win contracts from the government. So cool, isn't that? So the number one mistake that I see people make is missing out on making money that doesn't require ads, it doesn't require emails, and it doesn't require funnels. I want to share with you what I learned about government contracts because this is really, really important. This is something it's going to be, I mean, when you see it, you can't unsee it. It's everywhere and it's nowhere, right? It's like How do I get into the government contracting game? There's so much paperwork. There's so much to do. There's so much this. If I can simplify the process, would that be okay? If I just help simplify the process today? Did you know there is $700 billion per year spent buying goods and services that your business already provides? Already provides, meaning that the same exact services that your business is offering right now to your clients is the exact same services that they need, that government need. Your agencies that are in your communities, the state, the schools, your city, these are all places where contracts exist for your business. It's so cool. These are the exact services that you can offer to the government. Whoa. Okay. So now that we see that there are contracts, well, how do we get to them? This is why you're here, right? So that you don't have to go to all these sites. Did you know there are hundreds of sites? And I don't make this up, because if you actually look at a map, if you just do a quick chat GPT, it's like, how many cities are there in a state on average, right? And so if you accumulate that, it's like on average, there's anywhere between 70 and 150 cities. So let's say there's about 100 cities in a state in the United States. There's 51 states. So we're talking hundreds, if not more than thousands of the cities in your state. That means there's procurement sites or websites listing contracts for people to buy, for people to respond to unlock 5-figure, 6-figure, and even 7-figure contracts right now. You're just one click away from 6 figures, one click away from 7 figures, one click away from adding a zero to your revenue this year. And I'm specifically talking about this year because we're on the beginning of what's called the September surge. The September surge is when the government has to spend all the money. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. They have to spend all the money before the end of the fiscal year, which is typically September, October. It depends on the agency, but overall, let's just say it's October 1st. And by October 1st, they have to spend the rest of their budget. They don't have a choice. They have to spend it because they have to stimulate in the economy. And so let me explain to you what that means. When they're stimulating the economy, they're actually helping you and I live better and work better. Okay, so remember during the panorama, the pandemic, COVID, and all the businesses had to close, right? Doing business as normal was not normal. Restaurants were closing, just you couldn't go anywhere. And businesses had to stop doing business. Okay. And so what that meant, what that did is it stopped the economy. It almost completely deleted everything that we've been working for in a split second. Okay. And within a couple of days, the economy was at a halt. Everything stopped. And so the government was like, oh no, we can't have this happen. We need to make sure, because that's their priority, is to make sure that the economy is being stimulated so that it continues to work properly. They're like, oh no, we're going to send everybody a stimulus check. Do you remember a stimulus check getting into your mail, or maybe going direct deposit? A stimulus check. A stimulus check was there to help stimulate the economy. Now, this is really important because a lot of people miss this part. You see, the economy needs to be stimulated. We need to have a healthy cycle of money going in and out, because money is energy. Money is energy. It needs to go in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and it needs to cycle through the system. Now, what the government does is they created these contracts. And these government contracts are there to help stimulate the economy. You're seeing it? So when your business is in business, it's helping stimulate the economy. When you're making money and you're spending money, you're helping stimulate the economy. When you're making money and you're giving money to you're paying your team, that is helping stimulate the economy. So when your business is not doing business, it is not stimulating the economy. It's not helping. We're doing our part as entrepreneurs. We're doing our part as business owners to help stimulate the economy. But let's take it a step further. Let's take it one more step further. Those contracts that you're about to win, because I believe in you, I believe that you can win. I've seen people win contracts. One of my clients who came to me with a six-figure business, she came to me and she said, I have this opportunity to respond to this RFP. And it's for over $1 million. $1 million, $1 million. And I said, well, let's go after it. So I helped her, I guided her through, a handheld her through the proposal process. She submitted, and in less than 30 days, she won a contract for $1.4 million. Why? Because she took action. A lot of people don't see that. You might think to yourself, well, I'm not a big company. I have to have a whole team. I'm just me, Melinda. I'm just a solopreneur. Maybe you have you and just another employee or a staff member. That's okay. There are contracts for your size because there are $700 billion that are set aside for small businesses. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you're from, as long as you are a resident in the United States, you can win contracts. And there's an asterisk to that as well. But this is mostly for people that live here in the US and are business owners or entrepreneurs. Now, what does that mean? That means that you're missing money. Like there's literally stacks and stacks and stacks. Like imagine right now where you're sitting, where you're standing, there are stacks and stacks and stacks of $100 bills. And they're all there for you. And all you have to do is collect. All you have to do is collect. You just have to receive an email, click a link, and then respond, and you unlock hundreds, if not millions of dollars into your business, and you help stimulate the economy. See, that's why the contract even exists in the first place. It's there to help stimulate the economy, help stimulate the economy. So you are doing your part by winning a contract. And when you win a contract, not only are you helping stimulate the economy, but your business is healthy. You're able to hire a team. You're able to stabilize your team. Now, these are big words I'm going to share with you in case you are an investor or someone who is like, I wonder if I want to buy a business. Maybe I want to buy a business. Maybe I want to acquire one. You can actually leverage government contracts to add a revenue stream to an existing business, and or, this is a big one, and or buy a business that has contracts. Okay, this is huge because government contracts, whether you're building one or you're buying a business, they are a great way to stabilize your revenue. They're a great way to just stay above a recession, right? They're recession proof. Okay, they're recession proof because the government's job is to spend money. Why do they need to spend money? Because they need to keep the economy stimulated. They need to keep the economy stimulated. And so we do our jobs as small business owners to help stimulate the economy. Hopefully this is making sense and serving you in a really big way. I also want to share with you that these are the opportunities that are available to you right now. Okay, so in your state, there are cities. In your cities, there are districts. Okay, you got towns, you got counties, right? So there's a lot of agencies or clients that you can sell to right now. They're just people. People are selling to people. Now, on the federal side, there's so much more opportunity there too. But let's start with state and then move and grow. That's the fastest and the most strategic way that I've seen people grow is to start with local work and then grow their business fast with federal and state work. Or you can go out and win a contract in a state by state, or you can win a contract through a third-party agency. There's so many opportunities. Again, there is $700 billion, not 700, not 700,000, not 700 million, but $700 billion of contracts awarded every single year. Now, Now that you understand that this is how it works, this is just what it is. There's a way to stimulate the economy. They're doing it in a form, this is one of the ways that they're doing it in the form of a contract because they know small businesses make up the majority of the economy. And so if they can go ahead and give or offer opportunities to do business, not only are they helping people do business and do good business, but they're also helping stimulate the economy faster and more sustainably than any other way. And we get to be a part of that process. We get to create impact. We get to create a legacy of, well, this is already going to work. It's just raining outside, right? Like it's raining outside. It's going to rain. No one can stop it from raining, right? But your neighbor next door has a bucket outside and they're collecting all the rainwater for when there is a drought, they have water. Instead of using what they have in their faucet and using that, they're actually using something that's completely free and easy to get. All they have to do is put a bucket outside. They have to do the thing that very few people are willing to do. But you notice, because you heard from Melinda, hey, people are just putting buckets outside. Why don't you put a bucket outside? Just fill up that water. So you have that water for a drought. Now you go out and you get a bucket, you put it outside and it's raining and it's filling up, and now you can be a part of what's happening. So instead of just being on the sidelines and watching your competitors win government contracts, be a part of the game and win government contracts too, because you would be surprised. A lot of your competitors don't have a strategy. And I want to talk to you a little bit more about having a government contracting strategy. Now, so we know we want to get contracts. We know how it works. We know they're ironclad, recession proof. They don't require any ads, any emails, any funnels. And it's just a click away to get a contract. Okay, so Melinda, tell me where I can find these contracts. I want to know. Please, please, please tell me. I want to know where. So it's one of my favorite go-to tools called mygovwatch.com. I'm actually going to put the link in the chat so you have it, mygovwatch.com. This link is my affiliate link. Use this. I want to make sure I put that in there. Okay. And with this link, you get a free 14-day trial to use the tool however you wish. And what's really cool is that all you have to do is fill out the form. You're going to fill out the form. You're going to say, well, I'm going to tell you exactly what to say in a second because it's going to go alongside how to get pre-qualified. If you want to get pre-qualified, in the next 90 seconds, I'm going to tell you exactly how to get pre-qualified. Okay, so you're ready? Okay, this is what you got to do. You just got to sign up. You got to sign up for MyGovWatch. The questions that are in MyGovWatch will get you started, and this is what you need to get pre-qualified. Everything else, like your bank account, like your EIN, those are all things you already have because you're already doing business. So besides those things, you just need to fill out the form in mygovwatch.com, and you can consider yourself pre-qualified because you have a business name, you have a business address, you have specific services that you offer, and step one of the application process in MyGovWatch is basically a pre-qualification step-by-step. It's so cool. So if you can sign up for the trial, consider yourself pre-qualified to win government contracts. Now, I really want to show you something really cool at the screen. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. Da-da-da. Window. I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to show you, I think, there you go. Okay, much better. So I'm going to show you when you click on the link, this is where you're going to land to government bids and RFPs, get the most for your money, 100%. This is one of the easiest and simplest tools to use. But this is the thing, it's going to deliver emails to your inbox, one email a week. It's going to tell you exactly the service contracts that your business can deliver. What? It's so cool. It is so cool. You put your address in so it knows exactly where you are and it can tell you all the contracts that are available for you. You'll put your services in so it knows exactly what you do. So it shows you all of those contracts. It's super simple. So you sign up for a 14-day free trial. It's really simple. So you get 2 weeks free. 2 weeks. All right. So you get to get these opportunities 2 weeks free. And it's kind of like getting a personal assistant that's going to send you an email. It's not just like a one-line email. These are typically multiple contracts all in one email delivered to your inbox. Now, there is no annual contract. It's, completely free to sign up. I don't own this business. This is a friend of mine who owns this business. He did a great job because he's a contractor and he's worked and basically like ate, slept, and dreamt of government contracts for decades. So he knows this thing. He knows what you guys need. And so he created this tool. It's been amazing. My clients just use it. There's nothing better. Relevant leads to your inbox. This goes directly to your inbox. Like, how many of you are actually spending money to go get leads? Like, you go get leads. You might hire someone to go put together a list of leads for you so that you could reach out to them so you could find out whether or not they want to buy from you. Wouldn't it be nice? I mean, imagine when you sign up for this, you get leads delivered to you. But not only that, you don't just get like who the company is, or the company, if you will, agency is. You actually know what the opportunity is, what the contract is, what's included in the contract, what are they asking for? So whether or not you can decide to bid or respond to that contract. You're one click away from winning a contract. So cool. All right, so you get a free trial. It uses service add-ons. So you can actually track bids or track opportunities, proposals that you've submitted on. I know some of these terms, they might be really new to you. That's totally fine. I'm going to share with you how I can help you with that, okay? But you can track. You ever submitted a proposal to a client, maybe in corporate, B2B, and you're just like, follow up a gazillion times. Hey, just checking in, see what it's doing. Hey, you have a question about anything? Phone call, phone call, phone call. With government contracts, you don't need to do any of that. In fact, they're all publicly advertised and they're publicly notified, meaning that the awarded bidder, the awarded contractor, you get a notification when you get awarded. But you also want to know when you don't get awarded. Why? Because you can ask for a debrief. This is a part of the process that people don't take advantage of. When you ask for a debrief, you know exactly what you did wrong and how to improve. So cool. All right, so low cost monthly plans. Yep, US-based customer service. So you're not alone. You're not alone. Now, if you're a part of our Facebook group, you're never going to be alone because we've got trainings, we got this replay, and also guides and support along the way. I'm always in there. My friends are always in there. My clients are always in there. Students are always in there. And we're just serving each other. It's awesome. It's an amazing thing. But there are 200 categories. So I'm going to actually scroll down a little bit so you can see this and see what, just immediately, I told you, as soon as you just go and fill out the form to register for your 14-day free trial, you can select for any of these industries. Maybe you're in finance and risk, marketing and creative services. And then when you click on them, they'll tell you exactly what it is that they're listed. And so if they're listed here, that means that there is a contract for you, okay? So if you're in marketing and advertising, there's a contract for you. If you're in photography, there's a contract for you. If you're in audio and video production, there's a contract for you. If you're in professional services, like business management, writing, editing, publishing, real estate, there's so much real estate going on. Call center, legal services, human resources, retail, merchandising, warehousing, award and recognition. This is more of like you have a award company. You can actually create the plaques and then the figures, the statues and stuff like that. Awards and recognition, super huge. Events and trade shows, travel and tourism, engineering services, printing, so many things. You could go through this all together. It takes time. So I'm going to go to construction and trades. There's carpentry, and cabinetry, electrical, plumbing, fencing, and gates, marine construction, painting and wall finishing, roofing and exterior building, demolition, excavation, earthwork. I mean, the list goes on. Electrical services, flooring and carpet. There's no reason your business cannot win a contract because your competitors are already winning contracts. So get in the game. This is just so cool that you can see this. IT, there's personal computers, there's IT consulting, computer networking, data internet equipment, software, there's communication software, there's design, engineering, and architecture software systems, laboratory and medical software systems, legal software systems, security software systems. I mean, the list goes on. If you're thinking, what? They buy everything, you are absolutely right. So these are all the industries that you could start to look at. And you can get access to contracts through this site that get emailed to you. And you never have to worry about it again. So cool. And that way, it's super easy. So what I would recommend you do is just put your email address, your password, create a password, sign up, get your free trial. You get 14 days free trial, and you're done. And you can expect to get an email. You get an email. No, I'll leave studio when I stop screaming. So you can get an email delivered to your inbox next week. Next week, you could start. I mean, you are just one click away. There's no limitation. There's nothing holding you back. Doesn't matter how big your company is. Now, what I'll say is you just have to take action. The only thing in between you and a contract is action. That's it. The only thing between you and action or contracts are action. And so I want to invite you to take the next step. Because you once you see the opportunities, you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. What's next, Melinda? Well, the next thing would be to learn a strategy. I actually reveal the strategy that has unlocked those $4.4 billion that my client who was running a six-figure business used. She utilized that system to win $1 million contract for her business that she can use over and over and over again for the rest of her life. She can teach it to all of her friends, her family members, her clients, her students. She could teach it to everybody and anyone who's interested in getting into government contracting. I call it the GovCon sales strategy. Now, the GovCon sales strategy is really simple. It's 5 steps. Step 1 is prepare. So it's really just, you already did the preparation. If you've registered for my GovWatch and the link is in the chat, you're good to go. You've prepared because the questions that they ask are questions that you would need to pre-qualify other than your EIN and your banking information. Okay, so those are the 2 things. The second thing is target. So step 1 is prepare. Step 2 is target, is finding who buys what you sell. Well, you just did that. You just found how to, you just got access to everybody who can buy what you sell. You're getting emails delivered to you who will tell you who to buy, who will sell your services to. So that's step number 2. 1 is prepare. 2 is target. 3, strategize. How do I want to win? Well, more than likely, you're going to submit as a prime. But there's also ways when we have different programs to help people become subcontractors. If you're a subcontractor, you're not taking all of the risk. However, you get the experience and you get the recognition for being on a contract. If you're a subcontractor, you could just reach out. It's an amazing game to be a subcontractor because the strategy is that if you're a subcontractor, you can actually team up with them on contracts, on government contracts, but also private contracts because your services are the same regardless of who the client is. It's so cool. So that's step number 3. Step number four is propose or submit. So submit is where you're actually putting together the proposal or the bid, the fee, so that you could show that you have experience doing it, and you could put your price to it. And then step number 5 is track. Now, this is a thing that I was telling you earlier about. A lot of people don't do is actually asking for feedback, a debrief. Okay. And we have specific questions to ask so that you get the most out of the conversation with your client. So those are the 5 steps. It's prepare, target, strategize, submit, and track. That's called the GovCon sales strategy. That's it. It's so simple. Now, what I'm doing is I am actually having an upcoming training to go through those 5 steps and to support you in the process of winning those contracts. So that next week, when you get an email, you can actually click respond confidently and know that you're in the running for a government contract to unlock 6 figures, 7 figures in your business this year. This is an opportunity that you don't want to miss, because this is the opportunity to grow your business. There's nothing in your way, and you have everything to go far. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat for you to register for the masterclass, because this is the time to do it. Register for the masterclass today so that you can secure your spot. I know people say this and we're like, oh, well, secure your spot. But truly, we do actually lock out the Zoom after it hits a specific capacity, because we love to serve you. So if you're not registered and you're not there and you don't secure your spot, you don't get in, period. And, depending on how big the audience is, we might not actually expand it past that. So you definitely want to make sure that you get registered. So I'll go ahead and I'll put it on the banner as well. I think I could do that. Okay, click, click, click. There it is. It's govconmillions.com. Go to govconmillions.com/join the party, because it is a money party. We talk about everything government contracting. And if you upgrade to VIP, what you're going to do when you upgrade to VIP, you're basically going to get a qualifications checklist. You're going to get everything you need for basically getting started right now. Like, that's it. That's VIP. VIP is taking action. So if you're somebody who loves taking action, you're somebody who really just focuses, I'm ready, Melinda, I want to do this. I've been putting it on the side for so long. It's been lingering in the back of my head. I know that I need to be doing this. Go and register and upgrade to VIP. $97. I mean, it's so simple, so straightforward, and it's something that you should be doing right now anyway. You know this. This is why you decided to watch this training. This is the sign to basically participate in this engagement and have a conversation with me directly. So we're going to go ahead and put the replay in the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, you can go ahead and join, and you can see the replay. You can see how people are asking questions and participate in that conversation. This is really just game changing. I mean, if you have not started winning government contracts and you've been on the sideline for so long, this is a time to take action. Listen, we're in June right now, June 20th. There is no reason that you should end the year without growing your business. And if you already know that there is stimulation, there's somebody stimulating the economy, that's your competitor, and you're deciding yourself, you know what? Business is just supposed to be hard, then it's on you, because this is an opportunity to bring ease into your business and into your life. This is an opportunity to recession-proof your business. This is an opportunity to create value, an asset, and a legacy that's going to last longer than you. So this is really something big that we need to take advantage of, because the opportunities are endless in this space. And I want to handhold you through the process and help you get to where you want to go. So again, register for govconmillions.com so that you could take action right now and get in the room with other people asking the same questions that you have, so that you can get the questions answered right now. The training is actually on Wednesday. June 25th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A replay will be available only for VIP registrants. So I hope to see you there. Thanks very much for participating. Hopefully, this served you in a big way and gave you clarity as to what to expect of your GovCon journey. Let's take action. Let's go now. This can start today. I'll see you there.